I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems I solve them. I run through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my blessings, I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back, tell me I'm garbage. I'm going through something, that's why I ain't calling. Phone and progression, it's all green light, let's get it. I'm the future, I'm in it. Check score, I'm winning. Green light, let's get it. I just win, 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 win. I'm on 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Hello, I'm M&T. I got the recipe. I got the flow. I got the remedy. I know they do. I know they envy me. Feet on the floor. What they gonna say now? We came alone from last place. Bottom to top at a fast pace. Out of this surf, I get touchdown. I take a loss, get it back.
What's going on, fam? You're listening to the Urban Sports Scene and Bowie TV Baltimore Ravens pregame show. The Baltimore Ravens will be taking on the New England Patriots on Sunday Night Football. I'm Wole, and I'm getting set to introduce our banging Baltimore Ravens beat reporter Carita Parks. But before we get into all of that, we got to knock out some logistics. They subscribe to our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, and other podcast platforms. Just search the Urban Sports Scene. You can also check out our Urban Sports Scene. You can also check out our Urban Sports Scene website. Just go to www.urbansportscene.com. Make sure you subscribe to the Urban Sports Scene and Bowie TV YouTube channels. And if you're in the YouTube chat, we accept super chats. Super chats help us support our show. Other super chats will be prioritized over all comments in the chat. Also join our Urban Sports Scene Facebook group. Just search Urban Sports Scene, sports bloggers, sports podcasters, and sports debates. All right, here's the rundown. I'll chat with Bowie TV's Ravens beat reporter Carita Parks live from M&T Bank Stadium. Carita will provide us with her keys for Ravens victory and drop her predictions. Then finally, we'll provide some Ravens prop bets. All right, let's not waste any time. We got her in the building. The one and only Double Take Sports, the founder of Double Take Sports, Bowie TV's Baltimore Ravens reporter, knockout reporter. We got a knockout reporter. You know what I mean? Live from M&T Bank Stadium. We got Carita Parks. What's going on, Carita?
What's up? What's up?
All right, yeah. We're glad to have you on, Carita, as always. I mean,
Yes.
what's the vibe out there on Sunday Night Football? What's the vibe?
Well, it's hard to tell right now because the fans are not at their seat. But it's just something about a night game that, regardless, it feels good. Feels good to be at the bank at night.
It's an important game, right? Like a big game.
Very, very much so. The Ravens at this point they need to win out because that's the only way they can control their own destiny. If they don't, then there's still possibilities to get into the playoffs, but you just don't want to. It looks like the Steelers are winning right now.
Yeah,
so
which is wild. I didn't think they were going to, but yeah.
I'm like, where are the Lions at when you need them?
Hey, look, not non-Raven stuff. Your home team looking all right though.
Yes, this is why I'm sitting over here, by the way, because I can still see what's going on the other TV. I just want to keep it real. I can just peek up every now and then, just make sure the score is still where it needs to be.
Okay, I got you. I feel you. Look. You cover the team, you support the team, but home is home. Home is home.
Home is home. Home
You know what I
is
mean?
home.
Hey, Carita, what are some of the notable actives and inactives for tonight's game for the Ravens?
Their inactives are not too bad. Nothing surprising. I believe Tito, he was hurt, so he's inactive. And then, this is not the first time Tyron has been inactive this season, but it is kind of interesting to me because Tyron is like the guy who's never inactive. So they are it's definitely interesting, especially because of his special team ability. So that's telling me that they are, they're feeling like there's other guys that can give them a better opportunity.
So,
but other than that, pretty good.
All right. So they're prepared for this big game. They got everybody on tap.
I was just worried about Kyle Hamilton. He had an ankle injury on Friday. I was worried about that because I'm sorry, but they need Kyle Hamilton.
Oh, Carita, you're right. That man is a game changer. You don't have him out there, you don't know what's going to happen with this team. That guy needs to be on that football field. I'm with you on that.
100%.
Yeah, So this Ravens defense shut down Joe Burrow and the Bengals offense. They're now taking on an MVP candidate in Drake May and the Patriots offense. So, is this defense ready for that task? They ready for that opportunity?
I think they are. I mean, they've talked this week a lot about his ability to get explosive plays off and also his ability to extend plays. So they know what they're dealing with. I mean, in my opinion, that the pass rush is going to be very, very key. Just like it was last week against Joe Burrow, because when Joe Burrow burned them the first time, the pass rush was not where it needed to be. So hopefully, I think they know what the task is. Hopefully they're ready for the task.
We spoke about what they did with Joe Burrow and that Bengals offense. You saw what the Bengals did to the Dolphins today. So
they weren't going out like that.
They weren't going out like that. So it gives the Ravens some credit to kind of like, all right, we shut that offense out. So does that give them confidence going against a Patriots offense that is also kind of stout?
Oh, absolutely. I think that they needed a game like that, especially coming into this game, to just give them the confidence. Now, what I'm hoping does not happen is that they got so much confidence and so much excitement around that game that they don't execute tonight. But I do think that they needed that just to know what they're capable of doing. But even if we look at last year, Zach Orr has been able to turn his defense around late in the season. And that is very necessary for the Ravens at this point, especially in the situation that they're facing.
So how much credit Zach Orr deserve, since for turning this thing around? It went from being like a lot of fans were like, oh, maybe he's not the guy. We need to get another defensive coordinator to, again, he has strung along some good defensive performances over the last some odd weeks.
I think he deserves a lot of credit. I mean, well, I think it's twofold. Obviously, he deserves the credit because he is the play caller on the defensive side. But you do have to give the players credit because they're finally executing. And that was one thing that they said they were not doing and needed to do was execution. So I think that props goes to both sides. But you definitely, for me, I'm going to always give Zach Orr his flowers because he stands in the criticism and he does not, you don't see him get an attitude, you don't see him shake, he just is very even keeled. I think that he has dealt with a lot of criticism the past 2 seasons, so to be able to do that and just stay focused and stay the course, I feel like deserves a lot of credit.
Who, like, for this turnaround on defense, who are some of the guys you feel like have kind of showed out during this turnaround for the Ravens on defense?
I honestly think it's been a group effort. If I'm really going to think about it, I mean, you've had Nate Wiggins make big plays. You've had Mark Humphrey make big plays. You had Draymond Jones on the front make big plays. I think that Tavius Robinson coming back at least last week was huge. Game changer. So I think it's really been a little bit of everybody. I don't think it's been one person that's just, Cheeto, when he has been in the game, he's had his fair share of plays. So I can't think of just one person. Now, what I will say is moving Kyle Hamilton close to the line of scrimmage and acquiring Loki Gilman, which allowed him to do that, was a key change for this defense overall, actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah, I agree. He's been making plays. He had the touchdown last week. So yeah, I agree. I think to your point, I think a lot of people kind of stepped up. It's not just one person. I do agree with you. It's like a lot of people. It's it's confidence, right? I feel like confidence played a part too as well. So in this game, which position group do you believe must win its matchup for the Ravens to control the tempo of this game?
I'm going to go with, I'm going to go with the secondary because of Drake, the fact that Drake is known for his ability to make explosive plays, they're going to have to slow down guys like Stephon Diggs, and they have good receivers. But I mean, I don't know. That's just one position group. But gosh, the defensive line and up front is going to be key too because they have a good running back. And if you can get pressure on him up front, that limits him overall. But secondary is just what came to mind. Because if he is able to launch it down the field, then that could put them in scoring range, and that killed them with the Steelers.
Yeah. I mean, they have the thing is that I think they have they have somebody who kind of is comparable as a young guy with some of the same skill set as traits and when they going against somebody like Josh Allen, because Drake May's been compared to Josh Allen, so they kind of should have a good idea of what to kind of think about game planning in that regard. But yeah, secondary definitely, I agree with you. And you mentioned the running back Travion Henderson, who's a talented running back that they're going to have to try to contain in terms of the explosive plays. I mean, the regular plays in terms of say, like 5, 10 yard, 20 yarders, but to try to make sure they can stop him from the explosive plays, I think is a big thing. But going into like this game, who would be in this matchup? Who is Carita's X factor? Carita, you're around this team, you're around practices and whatnot, so you know what coach talk is. But for you, who is your X factor in this big game? Some under the radar, like some under the radar.
Somebody under the radar.
Yeah, somebody they know, like somebody that you're like, you know what? Y'all not talking about him like that, but I think he's a person.
Okay, I don't know, but I'm gonna go with Ardarius Washington because he's just coming back from injury, and he may play. You may see him, especially with Cheeto being out.
Yeah,
he may play. And prior to his injury, he was a big factor in the turnaround last year. So I'm gonna go with that as my X factor. I'm gonna go with Ardarius Washington. And you know what? You know who else I'm gonna go with? This could just be. I could be completely wrong. But I don't know why. That's yourself. I don't know why I feel like this is the kind of game where you unleash Ted Walker at least once. Because so much attention is going to be on DeAndre Hopkins, Rashad Bateman, Zay Flowers. I feel like it's the perfect game to get Ted Walker in there.
Okay. Is Bateman playing? What Bateman?
He's playing.
Okay. All right.
I didn't say, but you said it's somebody underrated.
But right now he underrated because he ain't putting up no numbers, you know. Right now,
no, I mean yes and no because I feel like he's expected though. Okay. Even though I still feel like he's just no. Yeah. You're right. Your point is correct. Yeah. But I feel like he is just expected. He's expected to make plays.
No, I'm with you. I expect him to make plays too. I just feel like, because he hasn't had the year that
It's not his fault though.
I don't blame him. I don't blame him either.
I think we talked about that.
Yeah, we talked about that. I don't blame him either. Carita. So Carita, give me your prediction. Like, what do you feel? What's going to happen tonight on Sunday Night Football? What is going to happen?
Okay, so I just got to be consistent. But I was on the show the other day, and I still picked the Ravens. Okay, I picked because their backs are pretty much against the wall. It's the last home game of the season, and like I said, I think they know that they need to win out. I don't know if they, winning out is a tall task. But got to win this game in order to make that happen. They haven't been as good at home this year, so you can't really say the home field advantage is a huge factor. But I think that will motivate them because they know they haven't been good this year. So I'm going to go with the Ravens. I'm not 100% confident, honestly, because New England, they can clinch. I think they can. Is it the top seed in the AFC?
They're 11. I know they. I don't know. Yeah, maybe because I know the Buffalo won today, so I don't know if they can actually clinch it. I'm not sure.
Well, whatever. There's huge stakes on the line for them.
Yeah, there's mistakes because they gotta keep they gotta keep winning though. They gotta keep winning though. They have to keep
playoff
winning.
odds. And Mike Vrabel, he knows Derrick Henry very well.
Yes.
That's one thing. And then, I mean, let's just be honest, he's a little bit of a guru of a coach. So
Yeah.
with the stakes in hand, they gonna come out swinging. So I don't think it's gonna be easy, but I'm hoping that the Ravens pull this one out because they need to, and they need to build on that momentum from last week.
Yeah. Yeah. So
depending on Lamar.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna ask you that. I'm gonna ask you real quick since I didn't ask you that. I didn't ask you already. Like, so what are your keys? Like, what needs to happen for the Ravens to win?
I think we need to see Lamar continue to feel comfortable and just run the offense. Like when he scrambled last week, they were all big plays, converted, like getting first down conversions. They need Lamar that's moving around comfortably and confidently because I believe that the offense responds to that. Turnovers, I think turnovers are going to be huge. They need at least one, maybe two.
Okay.
But I think turnovers are going to be huge. And then, always getting the run game. They had a decent run game last week against the Bengals. But especially given the fact, like I said, that Mike Vrabel knows what he's dealing with Derrick Henry. If they can be successful in the run game, I think that'll be key for the Lamar, for Derrick Henry being on point is going to be key for the offense today. And like I said, defensively, turnovers in the pass rush. The pass rush can be hit or miss. It can't be a miss tonight, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely can't be a miss. You gotta get pressure on Drake May. All right, so let's go to our prop bets. All right, so it's only one. Over or under Zay Flowers getting 62.5 receiving yards, basically 63 yards. Let's say 63 yards.
I'm gonna go over because he's been like the only person that Lamar has seemed to be targeting this season.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go over on that.
Yeah, I'm with that's yeah. I agree. I think he's been Lamar's guy. The last 2 weeks, he's definitely been Lamar's guy. He's been Lamar's guy the last two weeks. So Kareem, about to end this stream. Before we end this stream, how can folks catch you on social media? How can they see your great work at Double Take Sports and also your great work for Bowie TV?
You can catch me on social media at Carita Parks on all platforms. My Ravens coverage is specifically on Bowie TV, so that's at Bowie TV Sports on all platforms. And then please check out my sports media company, Double Take Sports, at DBL Take on all platforms as well.
All right. Well, Carita, thank you for doing this. We always appreciate you here. I appreciate everybody pulling up and tuning in. Oh, you're awesome. Thank you for everybody pulling up. Anyway, you've been listening to the Urban Sports Scene. For ages, a Yeti deuces. We are out. Peace.
Swag.